Y'all, real quick. This is actually the day that this video is going to come out. I have to finish editing. I've been real lazy about it. But look at this. Left my collard greens out there. I know they say a little frosted loves it, but how about snow? How about snow? I'm glad that I put most of my garden, I mean, for the most part, my garden is put to sleep, except for where my greens were and some onions. And I think I don't know if that was cabbage or collard green, but it really wasn't growing. But for the most part, it's been put to sleep. But I didn't get a chance to close down my garden in front because, oh, it's dirty. Because the nasturtiums were still, doing okay. But like, by the end of the week, we're going to be back in the 60s and it's going to rain. But I gotta, the trees are just like, oh crap, we have to lose our leaves. Gotta clean up some more of the nasturtiums. I said I was going to put them to the test, didn't I? About how much of cold they like. It is 30 degrees right now. Yeah, 30 degrees. I was complaining about the heat, now look. But yeah, the nasturtiums don't like snow. Oh, Lordy be. Anyway, let me get off my tail and finish editing this video. Before I get into an actual video. So, we were supposed to go to Disney for Christmas this year, but money is a little funny. So we're staying home, and we're actually going to host Christmas this year. So there's going to be 2 extra kids in my house, and I'm like, yes! Oh, hopefully I don't have anything. I had something to eat this morning. Anyway, baby. Oh, let me clean my lens. We went to Dollar Tree because I've been on TikTok and it's just things. It's just things. So hold on, let's get in this house. Hush, girls. I moved my plants over because we're getting ready for the Christmas tree to be there. Let me go to the other room. Never mind that table. I've been closing down my garden. Girls, hush! Let me just be great for once. All right, so here's the thing. If you don't go now and get these, I saw this on TikTok, okay? They're $7, stackable decor, okay? Am I going to keep these ugly colors? Absolutely not. It's like pink, green, and blue. Yeah, we're going to spray. I'm going to keep the green, but I'm going to spray paint because the green's the middle one. Yeah, the other 2 red. Why does my list look like it's dirty? Anyway, and then I bought some ribbon. It's somewhere in here. To put where the ribbon inserts are and make a bow. But anyway, and I got the snowman one. Because I've been wanting another tree, and I said, Lord knows I don't need another. Like, I have the main tree. Oh my God, girls! Please, give me a minute. I got my main tree, and then I have the tree upstairs for the boys' ornaments. And then I have a tree that's in my back room where I'm sitting right now. I put a tree there. Then both of the boys have like a mini tree in their room, and then I have a mini tree for the kitchen. So, and then I have a tree that goes outside. Technically, I have no trees. My house isn't that big. It's where am I going to put it? So, in lieu of getting all those trees, I'm going to use these stackables. Yes. So, like I said, and then you know me, if you've been around for Christmas last year, we got to get the stuff with the brown face. I hate that the price went up. I hate that. This was $7. Last year it was $5. $7. But I have to get one. And then I got, oh, I dropped my phone. Let's see. I got some Christmas hats because the night before, I think, or either the morning of, we're going to put on Christmas hats. Mind you, I did have to get some stuff for myself. Ace Ventura, Bob Ross, you know. But I'm going to make, oh, I'm making a mess. That's what I'm making. Little gift boxes for the kids. So my 2 and then the 2 that are coming. Problem is, leading up to Christmas, I mean, I have a hiding spot, but one of the kids that's going to be here for Christmas, my nephew, it's going to be my nephew and niece, the smallest of all my nephew and nieces on Boo's side, because I got nephews and nieces, baby, on my side. But these are the youngest. One of them's going to be here this weekend, and he's nosy as hell. So I got to figure out, I was going to put these gift bags together, but I'm like, where am I going to put them? So that's one thing. So I might put them up until after he leaves this weekend. But I got like little stuffies, different ones to put in here. Now, baby, these are all from the Dollar Tree. Okay. Zena, I mean it. Look. And there's another one in here somewhere. But I got little candies and stuff. And then some things I'm not going to show because there's like presents and stuff in there. And sometimes my children, they want to look at my videos. So I can't show everything. But I just got some stuff. I said, hosting Christmas? Bet, gotcha. But the past couple of days, I have not recorded. I have been exhausted. Because I said, I'm closing down this garden. And that's what some of this is, and trash. But, look. My glass is probably dirty. Look, y'all. Look. It looks so sad. Hold on. Oh, yeah. We're going to have frost and possibly rain and or snow. So I've been trying to get everything closed down. Oh, so, well, it's not sad. I'm happy. I need a break. I was so tired. I haven't had a full meal in 2 days. I was just, believe it or not, better believe it. Let me let these dogs out. All right, so another thing I need to do, like, I've also mowed and picked up leaves again. I still need to do my gutters. Why is my phone ringing? Spam. Anyway. Hopefully be done ringing by the time I come back in the house. Another thing I need to do is bring in one last plant. Okay, so the last thing is this plant. This is a mandevilla plant. It is a tropical plant. I have overwintered this plant in my home. Well, let me zoom out. In my home for 3 years now. I cut it, the first time I cut it down, but not all the way back, and it just was shedding leaves everywhere. So I cut it all the way back to the nubbins, and it comes back every single year. So it's time to bring Miss Mandevilla in. We're going to overwinter her again. Look, I don't even water her when she's out here. I might have watered her since she's been out here all spring, summer, and now deep into the fall, because it's like November 5th or 6th. Maybe twice. I have not watered her. It's also cold, so I'm not too worried about bugs. But she does have weeds coming out of her. But she's super dry. But she's been a trooper. I can't lie. Now, I will say, even though she's got her tendrils out and everything, this has been the first year that she has not bloomed. It's the first year. But she's okay. And she always comes off of the dead part. So we gonna chop her down. All the way down. I'm sorry. Thank you for your growth this year, but it's time to bring you in the house, Mama. Time to bring you in the house. I don't even use special scissors on her. She's just as hardy. Look, she done connected to my window, child. Connected to my window. Okay. Get you trimmed down. And even though I'm trimming her down, while she's in the house, I water her. Not as much as I water the other plants that are there, but she gets watered occasionally so she doesn't look horrendous. Check your bottom. Oh, look at all those stink bugs. OMG. Yeah, y'all can stay out here. Okay. Are you in the house? Now the only problem is where she gonna go, because she's not gonna get put with the rest of the house plants. I cut down my marigolds and got more seeds. I gotta separate those. So I'll probably put her under there, but for the time being, until I can get her situated, I'll put her over here with my other plant that was outside. That is super happy, by the way. She's doing okay. These tendrils were all behind the shade tent. Just got so many. But Miss Ma'am grew. She grew good. My child be leaving their books. They read in the morning before school. But I'm going to go through this stuff from the Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to head outside to cover another pot, my lemongrass pot. I'm really hoping that using these clear bags will cause the greenhouse effect that I need. Some of the things like my tomato plants, my tomatillo plants that I know had fruit fall back into the dirt. I hope they reseed. I'm hoping. But anyway, let me do some stuff and then I'll pick you up either today or tomorrow. We'll see. Oh, back up. How much I got? Okay. So I was out here doing stuff and I said, Kim, you should be recording. I have like an hour and a half before I have to go get my baby boy. And I started straightening up my shed because I really don't want to have any of my gardening stuff in the garage if I can help it for the winter time. Last year I was able to put it in my greenhouse because I kept the cover on and it protected it. But I'm not going to do that this year. I am leaving my netting up for my shade house. If it tears up, I'll just order another one. But I just don't feel like every year taking it off and putting it on, taking it off and putting it on. I just want to repair it or replace it or stitch it, whatever, until it's time to get a new one. I'm trying to set up my garden to make it easy for me as I get older, and taking netting and disassembling a tent every year, twice a year basically, is not up for me. This is what, oh, you see my shadow? This is what the garden looks like. I did pour out the water, covered up that, took out the fountain. This whole time I couldn't remember I was in this first raised garden bed. That's not rosemary, lavender. And if I had just read the sign, I would have known that. I should have known off the way it looked. You know, some things I don't know. I just don't know. So I pulled it up and I'm like, wait a minute, it's lavender. But it never had enough space to grow. So I said, you know what, I'm going to put it back in the ground because supposedly it will live in my area. And I'm just going to put leaves in here when I get more leaves and try to protect it and see if it'll come back next year. Let's hope. And then this side would just be lavender, I guess. And I don't know what I'm going to do with sweet potatoes this year. I'm going to that pot right there with my lemongrass. I'm going to cover that up. I want to cover up those 3 pots right there. Right now I currently don't have enough bags. I only have 1 extra bag. So I might just leave that open. I mean, it's on the ledge. Unless we get a monstrous snow, it should not, in theory, be covered in snow. Um, I don't want to put more weight on those pallets, so I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll just get or two more plastic bags. I got these from friends, but my mom has them too, so because I don't want to take all the friends. So anyway, and if you see the strawberries, they were actually growing back. I have blooms in here too. So I don't know, they may grow back because this is going to act like a mini greenhouse. We'll see what happens. Because the temperature has been so mild, 2 days ago I was doing my yard. There was a monarch butterfly flying around. They're supposed to be headed south right now. I don't know what the tea was with that. So I said, well, I'm definitely going to leave my ranunculuses. I mean, even when I was cutting down my miracles, there was bees on it. Like, oh my God. I'm going to leave up my snapdragons, all of that. And then they still have whatever has flowers back here. Excuse me. Yes, I pick up the leaves out my grass. No, I don't leave the leaves in my grass. Kills my grass. I want to have grass. If you don't want to have grass, that's on you. Me personally, I want to have grass. I have flowers, I have plants, I have things, I have weeds, especially between my fence. Bugs got plenty. I leave leaves down. I probably edit it out, but I know it's been a big thing where people have been saying lightning bugs. They don't see them as much. But one of the things is they need areas to hide in during the wintertime, so they do need leaves, right? So in my backyard, I leave a pile of leaves in my landscaping along my fence to protect those plants. I do not cut them down. I just let whatever happens happens and I clean them up in the spring. So the little bugs and the little rodents and whatever, they're gonna have plenty of leaves back here to hide in. In my garden bed, there'll be leaves in my raised garden beds, plenty of leaves for them to play in, to hide in. So the little ones are protected, okay? Um but as far as my grass, yeah, no. I'll probably do another video because I really don't have time. I'm doing too much yapping. I got to finish cleaning out my shed and cover my patio because the temperature is supposed to drop tonight and we're going to start getting rain, possibly snow. We're a little far out from Chicago, like 40 minutes. So I know Chicago might get lake effect snow and may not come out. It might be too warm out here. I don't know. We'll see. But we trying to finish this up. I opened up my rain barrel back here. I haven't even talked about it, but my rain barrel, the free catch one that I made last year, full of water. Did I use it? No, I don't know, man. It was full of water. It actually worked this year. Didn't talk about it, but as you know, I get this YouTube thing, you know, used to doing it, used to doing it. I'll try to circle back and talk more about things that I've done. But I will do another video talking about my plans for next year for this garden. In the meantime, let's go to the shed. And yeah, I know I'm probably looking tired. I am tired. I'm tired. Tired. So I hate the shed shifted. So there is a big A gap at the bottom or animals can come in over the wintertime and seek shelter. And usually I have foam to help with the gaps, but I just don't have any more, and I just don't feel like dealing. I'm not gonna clean this shit out in its entirety. Oh, I can already tell animals were in here because that paper is shredded to pieces. That's great. That is just great. That is great. Yeah, there's plants in here. All right, so the best that I can do is put something down there to kind of block their ability to get in. Ow. Oh. Let me pause that. I knew that was going to happen. Put my pots in there. Oh, I might have to go get a bandage, y'all. I cut myself. I got a boo-boo. Alright, I'll be right back, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I need to make sure that can get it out. Okay, not bad. Freaking not the pumpkin, the squash, one of them viney plants I had. All right, let me get some of my bamboo stuff out of my shade tent. Baby, I've just been sitting here talking to myself. You missed some good B-roll. I've been talking to myself because I kept hurting myself. Band-Aid kept coming off. Not recording a dang on thing. Not a dang on thing. At least for 10 minutes. 10 minutes. But I kept stabbing myself with the bamboo sticks. All of that. Anyway, that's unfortunate. But I got everything in there. And then hopefully Zay could just come in here, get this lawnmower out, put it back in with no problem. So that's good for that. That's my electric shovel. I'm gonna put that in the garage because I'm gonna need that for the winter time. Maybe I didn't really use it last year. I need a cordless one, to be honest. My battery power water that I stopped using halfway through the season, yeah, that's right there. I'll put it in the garage. I was gonna use that tarp to cover up the pots, but now that they're in the shed, I don't need to do that. That broom is from the garage, and that weed barrier I'm just gonna get rid of. It's no point. I'm gonna pick that up when it gets good and cold because I know a ground squirrel lives in there now. So I'm gonna wait and make sure there's no bugs in there. Now focus on covering up my patio furniture that I didn't even really use this year, because I can't enjoy my patio while that dog area is right there, and I feel bad for my neighbors on that side because they can't either, and I know I'm just gonna make it worse on the other side for those neighbors. But at least that's more out of sight, out of mind on the other side of my house. Whenever this man decides to get the crate and everything I need to make the side of this house my new dog area. I did everything I was supposed to. Set, it's prepped. They got a little patio. I keep putting cardboard down to smother all the weeds that come over there from my neighbor's side. Now, that area of my yard has the best grass, the best, because it's shaded, and I'm gonna hate to lose it because I actually spent a long time getting that back. When I used to let the dogs just have free range of the yard unsupervised, they tore, well, the big one, because the little, well, she's not little, but the smallest one, the pit, she didn't tear up my grass when it was just her. She didn't. But when we got that other one, she tore up. Like, I had no grass. It was looking bad. And she will always run to the side of the house to bark at that fence, and there was no grass over there. And I'll post a picture of what it looked like before I rehabbed my yard. Um, so it's a little bittersweet because if I move the dogs over there, I'm not gonna have any grass over there anymore. Just like I didn't. I tried to leave grass over in their area here, and they just killed it. So that's why I put the wood chips down in that one area, and then I tried to leave a little patch of grass for them over there so they could lay down, but they just killed that too. And then I got rid of my chairs that actually go with this. So got these chairs. This is right here. My neighbors are throwing away next door. I took the four best ones. There were six of them. They're Hamilton Bay. They're really nice. Just in case when I have people over, I have extra chairs. And the year before last, I actually used them. But not this year. But again, they're wicker. So I kept them going. And lastly, the grill. So you don't mind the ugly dog area. So covered. We getting it going. We getting it. I just see a couple of more things in that shade tent that I need to move into the shed, like my watering container, I think. That pot in there holding the hibiscus, I just stopped watering, so it just now started dying, but it was still doing pretty good. And then I gotta get all the weeds because that was supposed to be like oregano and thyme in that planter in the shade tent. But here's the thing: the shade tent was great in the spring, good in the fall. The problem in the summer, earwigs love that netting. I don't know what it is. And so, and with the loofah growing over the top, it was just bug city, and I bug and spider city, and I just did not feel like messing with it. So I watered everything from afar, and weeds just started growing in that planter. There's spider webs all in there. It's just a mess. Well, it's not a mess. I mean, it's outside. It's just the way it is. I did not go in there and tidy anything up. It's just the way it is. Uh, but I will say, regardless, I'm probably gonna put a vining plant over there again. I like the way that looked with the vines coming over. I love the way that looked. Um, anyway, friend, but it's probably not gonna be loofah. Oh, how many minutes I got? Two? Okay, let me try to hurry up. My loofah, I tried to dry it out. All of them got moldy except for one and a half. So I just went ahead and put what I had left in the oven and dried them out that way. I should have did the others that way. I was being lazy. So I would say my friend still has to do his loofah. I know one of his molded so far. I think I gave him 4. So far that whole loofah thing was a bust for me. And a lot of that was my. Thank you for hanging with me. And until next time, bye.